We are going to start the session with our first speaker, Dr. K. Selvakumar. So Dr. K. Selvakumar is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Applications at National Institute of Technology, that is NIT Trichy. He has published a number of research papers in various journals and conferences. He was honored as UGC BSR Fellow during the year 2013-15. He is having 14 plus years of experience in the academic field, and he has graduated BE-CSE from Arulmigu Meenakshi Amman College of Engineering, Kanchipuram during the year July 2002, and obtained his ME-CSE from College of Engineering, Guindy campus during the year June 2006. Dr. K. Selvakumar has completed his Doctorate of Philosophy during the year November 2016 from College of Engineering, Guindy campus. So we welcome you, sir. Selvakumar.
Can you hear me? Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
my voice is
Yes.
audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you for your introduction. Very good morning to one and all, and dear participant. Today, I'm going to discuss about that is how the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning concepts are playing vital role in right cyber intelligence. Actually, our guest speaker given a lot of input to you people. I hope even he touched about digital forensics, cyber security, even there is watermarking, etc. Thank you, sir. That continuation of is okay. Delivery. I'm going to enhance how the machine learning concepts, which is come into the picture of this particular domain. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. You can proceed now, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, please, if any clarification or any queries, please you put in the chat. Okay, chat box. No problem. Fine. Just a minute. Don't know how to get this chat window. Sir, how can I get my chat window? Otherwise, no problem. Okay, end of the session, I'm going to interact with the participants.
So, dear participants, post your queries in the chat box. End of the session, Shar will be respond for that.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is my session topic: role of artificial intelligence. Yesterday I spoke to Madam Dr. Geeta. So Madam said, sir, if possible, we can kindly. It's no problem because time is okay. Time span is too short. Fine. This is my presentation outline. First, we'll go for introduction to cyber security, that is intelligence. Even the title is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and followed by cyber intelligence. Before we'll go for a brief discussion about AI, ML, and DL, we'll discuss what is meant by cyber intelligence. Actually, there are two keywords are combined together as in cyber. Cyber is mean for a group of computers connected in the network. It is a networking process of individual. It is process of connecting individual autonomous computers. There is network of, again, it is going to dealing with networking, network of network by internet, etc. That is known as cyber, because we are dealing with all information in the form of digital, right? Zeros and ones. That's why it is called as cyber. Okay. And intelligence is mean for what is meaning? Okay, meaning of our generic meaning of intelligence. It is able to think. That is acquiring. Okay, or it is learning from experience, solving a problem, and behaving accordingly. That is known as intelligence. So the cyber security is right, and so part of cyber intelligence. Even Sir mentioned about digital forensics, watermarking, etc. Digital watermarking. Okay, right. I'm going to discuss cyber security, how come happening and what are the issues, and how do we apply AI, ML, and deep learning in this particular cyber security area. Actually, my research domain is wireless sensor networks. There, I took the data, and first phase of my research work is I made an IDS, intrusion detection system, with the help of AI and ML. With that experience only, I accepted to share my research concepts and ideas to you people. Thank you. This is my presentation outline. So we'll go for AI, brief about AI, machine learning, etc. So we come to what is meant by cyber security. I told you about what is meant by cyber, and security is meant for protecting these components, as all the devices from the various attacks. That is known as security. There is two terms: protection and security. Security is meant for protecting others. About firewall, even antivirus, etc. So I don't want to go for in-depth. I think all the participants are know very well of the computer terms very well. Otherwise, no issues. Even you feel you are not able to follow that particular term, put me in chat box. End of the session, I'm going to answer. Nowadays, everything is smart. Smart washing machine, smart kitchen, smart toilet. Sir, is it smart toilet? Yes, it is there. But I'm not going to touch the IoT in depth. Even smart bicycle. After completing AI topic, I will show a video clip demo. Sir, is it really smart bicycle is there? Yes, it is available. But I don't know when it will come to our country. Smart blender and smart shower, smart bulb. Everything is smart. Even smart lamp post. Smart T-shirt wearable, and even a smart wristwatch, smartphone, etc. Sir, I think you know the difference between features and smartness. Most of them are the thought of, sir. I think you are telling about features. No, features means, for example, AC, smart AC. Sir, actually the AC is blowing the air. Chill air, the person where exactly sitting. It is identifying the location where the person is sitting, and it redirecting the air. That is a feature, right? But smart means, then how comes smartness? That is whenever we are going to give some artificial intelligence, some intelligence to a machine, then that machine became a smart machine. It is going to thinking by itself. Sir, how come that smartness? Via artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning, anything. So the root cause of this intelligence is from AI, and followed by advanced concept ML, and then the deep learning. So I told you about networks, internet, IoT, etc. Even there are so many devices are connecting with the net. You imagine the data. So why we need for AI and machine learning in cyber security? First thing is that is the number of attacks are getting increased. I think you might have seen a lot of news about attacks. Even recently during that is war time, that is not war. There is some quarreling happening between our country and China. They black some PUBG game, some other mobile apps, purposively, intensively, because of these issues. Even about there is scam scanner. About that. I don't want to go for it, because those softwares or apps are extracting the data without information or knowledge about the owner. Sometimes whenever you are installing that app to your smartphone, it is asking us to allow deny or allow to access your contact, allow to access your gallery, etc. But I don't know. So whether you people are thinking about that, why this particular app is unnecessarily asking to access that particular information? Because even there is no way no way related to with the particular app. For example, contact, you may have numbers and other informations, even mail ID, personal information of your close one. But suppose you are installing, for example, one image enhancing tool or whatever it is, immediately it is going to ask unnecessarily that option. If you are denying that, you are not in a position to access that. So for time being, if you are allowing it, we don't know what will happen behind the scene, right? So with that, the intruders are going to attack and okay, getting that information. So it is okay, day by day, it is okay, keep on increasing. Even you know, okay, lot of attacks are happening. The different types of attacks are there, DDoS attacks, and okay, etc. Later on, okay, you'll go for okay, different types of attacks. Even my okay, first phase of research work, I've taken some 15 number of okay attacks from among the some 100 plus number of attacks, because those are the most recently happening attacks, right? And then so second one, cyber crime for okay sale. Yeah, you know, sometimes they are attacking. Even we are getting frequent call from some XYZ bank, and okay, tell me your information. How they okay just know our mobile number. So sometimes even you might have seen some movies. Sir, this is a lucky draw. Please okay, fill up this form. So immediately what will happen? We are filling our name, mobile number, address and everything, and they are put it in their box. But after that, we don't know what will happen okay in that. Even whether we are getting that okay okay, gift or price, whatever it is. So 1,000 members are filling that, 1,000 mobile numbers that person got. Information is matter. So what will happen? They are going to Xerox, put the Xerox copy of all our information. They are okay sending to okay, someone else. So what will happen? They are going to okay, unnecessarily calling and sending unwanted messages. Please, you have to be very careful while you are going to sharing your numbers. But okay, no problem. Up to you, sir. No problem, sir. Okay, if you are okay, failing this kind of small things, then okay, we are not in a position to serve it. Then you have to get ready to face all the issues, because our country is not in a position to okay handle all this. Everyone is okay telling about digital okay India, everything. Yes, sir, really I'm happy to come up with okay digital India. But while we are looking about that okay begin the scene of digital India, whether that we have such an infrastructure, it's a question mark. Okay, because the first half of my research is actually user personalization. They are only wondering about that user data, how much it is coming. But okay, unfortunately, I'm not able to complete that okay that topic, and I change my topic. Okay, right? So okay, I come to this third one. The more network logs that make it difficult to analyze okay manually. It's very difficult to okay manually predict and that is conclude what kind of attack, or it's an right it's that it's a normal or it's an okay any threat kind of things. Then okay, fourth point is mostly pattern based devices, that is intrusion, that is prevention system. The IDS is IPS is mean for intrusion prevention system. Then IDS is mean for intrusion detection system. Okay, detection system. So you know, there are two types of IDS. One is traditional IDS, another one is okay reason one. Traditional is call it as that is pattern based. That is that but it is going to right match only that exact information whatever it is stored. It is signature based. Exactly, it is mean by signature based IDS. That is traditional one. The recent one is anomaly based detection. Okay, IDS. Actually, I did anomaly based IDS. It is going to okay think in okay some intelligent way. Is it how much it is percentage that data or current attack is or current data is matching with our existing data. Accordingly, it will okay make a decision. And then more, you see this next point, more sophisticated attacks. You know, that is the attackers or intruders are hiding their information or without okay giving any in, they are doing something. Even you know, even sometimes it's very difficult to identify either the person is a genuine person or attacker. Next, more IoT devices are available nowadays because of the reason why is smartness. Because smart LED TV, you know, or even you might have read okay read about the article of what happened okay even in okay north side of our country, from our country, the people who connected their smart TV through internet, right? So this is also one of the problem, challenging issue. And detecting zero-day attacks. Sir, what is mean by zero-day attack? It means no attacks like that. Zero-day means no. It is not like that. Actually, zero-day attack is an okay kind of attack that exploits a potentially a serious software okay, security weakness that is okay without okay known by the owner of that particular site or developer of that particular software, without any okay knowledge of that particular owner concern, that is going to may get affect and then collect your data. That is call it as 0-day attack or zero attack. Okay, day zero attack otherwise. Next one, the last one is big data. Per fraction of second, that is a huge volume of data is coming to the scene. You imagine if 100 okay number of systems are connected with that server, and it is accessing that server via via the server to the internet. Then imagine it is actually how many number of requests from the each system every day. Okay, every okay particular time, okay time interval, how many okay links which is clicked, how many number of queries, how much amount of data which is downloaded, uploaded, etc. So you imagine about the data. So there is an okay right vast data. So protecting the data, again it is very difficult. So that these are the okay issues or even the challenges while you are going to dealing under okay cyber security. Okay, right. So big data, again it is need of AI and ML, because it is very difficult to okay handle manually. Right. Next we'll go for the difficulties okay right facing sorry difficulties we are right facing in this introduction. Okay, right. Things attackers try to hide their action. I told you it's very difficult to right dealing with IDS. Cover their tracks by okay editing system logs. Yeah, right, and then right, you reset a modification date of date on a file that they replace modified, etc. In Linux and Unix there is an option to do. Windows that is also possible. About that sharing of okay, and somebody said with that log files shall we go for these are the issues with the log files, they can do editing. So never seen before that intrusions, right? So it's a new intrusion, new attack, then the system is not in a position to detect, because I told you there are two types of IDS. One is signature based okay IDS, signature based, another one is anomaly based detection. So ML and AI is okay coming to the scene of the second one. Then it will okay automatically identify and then compare, okay, right, predict. This is the purpose of AI and ML, and also it can be detected as an okay anomalies by observing significant okay derivations from a normal okay network behavior. Sir, how the system get to know these are all the okay there is behaviors are from the normal users. We have to feed that those informations to the machine first. We have to train and then we have to go for. Sir, is there any other possibilities? If we go by other possibilities, then it will take time. That's it. So these are all the various cyber attacks. Okay, right. There are 6 okay important things which I have taken. Okay. Apart from these 6, even additional informations are there. Hopefully, I'll cover all the informations with this. The first one, okay, right. That means sending inappropriate images or even text to someone else, and misusing their data or someone okay else information or data, whatever it is, knowingly or unknowingly. First, initially, unknowingly. That's why even okay right cyber crime departments are insisting us to don't post, particularly ladies, don't post their pictures from the social media. I think you know about this sexting, even morphing happening, okay, etc. So there are so many cases nowadays. It is coming more and more. Okay, right. See next. Okay, you see this forming. Actually, the forming is okay keyword. That is reason one, intended to redirect the website traffic to the another okay fake website. For example, if you are clicking the original, for example, SBI online dot okay in or net, sometimes the server okay may be busy. In that case, what will happen? The fake link is going to redirect your request to someone else. That is a fake website. So what will happen? It is going to okay unknowingly collect all your authentication information. You are entering password, everything. That's why that original websites are asking to entering captcha for the particular session. What session it is particularly exactly? I think you know. Okay, fine. Next, phishing. You know about phishing. That is a common, okay, right, right, a common and sensitive, okay, attack for that is grasping or collecting some, okay, right, confidential information like password, account details, even some credentials like credit card details, debit card information, etc., etc. That is known as phishing. This is actually a similar, okay, a similar kind of things, but the previous one is, okay, forming is fake, that is redirecting that okay, your request, original request to fake website. That it may be happening from either host side or even DNS. You know about DNS, domain name, okay, service or server. Here phishing, you know about this. You are getting some okay, phishing emails or link. While you are clicking that, it will ask you, okay, sometimes, okay, please that is system, okay, mail administrator or this particular web admin, okay, request you to share your information or mail, okay, mail your content or whatever it is, like that. Okay, please, okay, please you have to take care of this kind of information. The next one is social engineering. You know about that, what is mean by social engineering? It's actually an recent, okay, broad, okay, term, and even recently it is much more popular for the, okay, past one decade. That is, it's actually an, okay, right, it's also a kind of malicious activities in human interaction. That is, sir, what is mean by, okay, malicious activities here? That is so with that interaction, social, okay, normal interaction, hi, hello, like that, we are connecting with someone else. With that, they are okay, extracting or otherwise knowingly or unknowingly are giving some sensitive information. For example, in your social media, okay, if you are posting your information, so I like this particular color, my pet dog name is like this, my father, okay, working here, like that, okay, today I'm going to, okay, right, here, there, like that. Then what will happen? So your day-to-day activities or even your all your current movements get to know by someone else. They will try to attack and get all your information, or they are capturing, okay, something, or someone happened, okay, something, okay, will happen through someone else. So you have to be very careful while you are dealing with social media, okay, right, you know. Next, I think you know about what is mean by, okay, phishing, sir. We know about phishing. What is mean by okay, phishing, right? It's a very new term, phishing. It's mean for a very new, okay, right, voice-based attack, okay, right, voice-based phishing. You know, right? Sometime, okay, calling you, sir. I'm a bank manager speaking. Please, okay, tell me your last 4-digit number of your debit card, and also you will get one message. Please immediately send, okay, inform to me, because we are, okay, authorized person to okay, update your account details. Okay, right, you are even sometimes you are educated, okay, persons also, that is well known, okay, about this technology people also, right, even right, mistakenly they are sharing their informations, right? So this is known as phishing. Okay, right. So to access your financial information, other credential, like, okay, details, etc. Next, last one is smishing. Smishing. Actually, smishing is, okay, SMS phishing. You know, sometimes you may, okay, getting that information, that is some messages. Okay, actually, it's also a new term. It's a form of a criminal, okay, activity using some social engineering, okay, techniques. Some tricks they may going to use to, okay, ask and then give or even getting your private information via text messages. Sometimes we people are getting addicted with their, okay, interaction. Unknowingly we may going to sharing our information. Okay, we are going to give surprise to your date of birth, okay, during your birth, okay, birthday, please tell me your birthday, maybe our password or anything, may combination of our, okay, date of birth. So they may try. So you have to be very careful in this kind of attacks. So very few actually listed here. Apart from this, watermarking, even okay, there are so many techniques are there. Even you know about how this right, the Twin Tower attack happened in okay, US. I don't want to go for it. That is old one. Anyway, that is also a fall under, okay, cyber. So these are the challenges for, okay, machine learning in cyber security. You see this lack of labeled samples and okay, certainty and ground truth. means sometimes whatever the data which you are collected through this kind of attacks, that is not properly labeled. Okay, what kind of attack it is, why it comes. So either it is trustworthy data, is it's a benchmark data, is it okay worthy to make an such kind of an devices, etc. Next, large data set, that is also a problem. We need an some right high performance computing things to handle this, and high dimensionality. Sir, what does mean by dimensionality? You know about that tabular column, it's a two-dimensional, but right now it is more than that, cube form. We can slicing, dicing, and we can go for particular dimension. We look at what kind of system you want to, accordingly we can get the data. And you see this skewed class distribution, imbalanced. For example, the lakhs of records are there into your system. Okay, for example, yes, lakhs of records. Okay, totally lakhs records are there. Among the lakhs of records, only some 10 to 20 records are attacks. The rest of them are normal. Then your system is very difficult to identify this. So imbalanced data set. So you have to be very careful about your data set. It's a biased or unbiased data set. Okay, I tested my system into two types of data: biased and then unbiased. Biased means imbalanced. Unbiased, both are equal. Next, data pre-processing. You know about, I don't know how many of you are aware of data mining concepts: data cleaning, integration, transformation, selection, etc. So there also you have to focus much more on this. Even I told you about there are 100 plus features are in my data set. I took a data set from the KDD cup data set. After that, one more data set. Okay, right now I forget that. Anyway, I'll share it for analyzing. There I applied some fuzzy approach, or even fuzzy nearest neighborhood approach for selecting some restricted number of features. Among these, some 15 to 20 features I've chosen. Okay, so these are some issues: feature selection, data pre-processing, dealing high dimensionality, huge volume of data, etc. And last one is high performance computing is a critical for online scalable, because every time attacks are comes through online, so we have to be collect and then react accordingly, so that somewhere it is difficult, and that existing system you have to go for some high performance systems. Right now it is available, I think so. Okay, straight away we'll go for what is meant by artificial intelligence, machine learning. I'll quickly finish it off, AI and ML, everything, and go for my research part. So this is an textbook definition of artificial intelligence. It's a branch of computer science. I'm on building machines or softwares with intelligence. I already told you what is meant by intelligence. Similar to us, thinking, reasoning, decision making, problem solving, and understanding natural language process. Because the informations are coming through internet, that is also in the form of English or digital form. Okay, nothing problem. But from that, so the system want to think, make decision, and try to solve the problem and understand and behave accordingly. That is the purpose of artificial intelligence. This is an actually Stuart Russell and Peter Norvig textbook definition. But from that, in generic, artificial intelligence is process of developing a machine without any human interaction, that will think and act itself. Okay, these are all the four major categorization of artificial intelligence: thinking humanly, acting humanly, thinking rationally, and acting rationally. So how the we are thinking and then acting, because we have a strong and strong and enough background knowledge, that is previous experience. Based upon that, we are thinking and then acting accordingly. Even we have a strong enough reasoning, analytical skill, etc. Fine. Sir, then what about that rationality here? Thinking and acting. So rationality means always making right decision. That is known as rational property. So I don't want to go for that enough information about this. You can read about this. What is meant by acting humanly? So you see this, that the left hand side, human interrogator, that is a person who is interacting with human and then machine. But the human does not aware of either the person is interacting with human or AI system. Okay, so this kind of right testings are done. With that, help of this artificial intelligence concept. Actually, this word coin is word coined by um, right, that a famous mathematician, I forget that name. That is during 1945, and then it is developed by Turing and there's a group of scientists. Fine. So acting humanly, it can understand natural language processing, knowledge representation, automatic reasoning, machine learning, computer vision, and robotics. So with that this these capabilities, it can behave like a human. And right, you see this thinking like an humanly. There, right, sir, how it is possible? Sir, what is mean by this cognitive modeling? Cognitive, cognitive is mean for it is a study of a human brain, how a human brain is working. Based upon that, we can go for the artificial brains. So you see this thinking rationally. There is a concept. Based upon this Aristotle, you know about the famous mathematician. He introduced this logic, right? What is right thing and the wrong thing. So even sometimes human beings are making one-side decision. So in order to avoid that, you are going to dealing with rationality. Right. You see this law of thoughts. There is a law. So you see this rational behavior, doing the right things. Okay, so agent, actually we are dealing with the agent. Sir, what is meant by agent? Agent is an entity that is machine that is going to perform a specific function. So where F is going to define the function of the agent. For example, here, according to our topic, it is going to detect and then dealing with attacks. Then it's an IDS, intrusion detection system. IDS is a system. Then P star is indicating percepts, inputs. Sir, what is mean by star? It may change according to the time. Okay, even environment, time, situation, etc. That's why P star. And A is mean for action. It is going to perform or taken by the agent. Okay, so it is applicable for this is general generic formula or mathematical representation of agent. You can apply for any of your AI systems. Okay, there's a goals of to take over some dangerous and tedious tasks. Here there is no dangerous, even you know about what will happen if you are allowing such kind of attacks. Definitely they will get all your secret informations, everything or whatever you stored, even software. They will try to corrupt your files, hardwares, etc. You see this, understand the principles of human intelligence. Right? You see, I told you about the scientist named John McCarthy, who introduced this, or coined this term, intelligence. Actually, these are the various classes of AI: theorem proving, perceptions, robotics, NLP, common sense reasoning, expert system, game playing, etc. While you're looking this diagram, you'll be very clear about which are the concepts are playing vital role in this artificial intelligence searching. What is the purpose of searching? And with this topic, I'm going to finish it. This AI topic. Search. What is the generic meaning of search? Process of finding something. If the problem has more than one solution, n number of solution. Among that n number of solution, which one is best? For that, different types of logic. What is the meaning of logic? The indirect representation. Okay, so even sometimes while they are giving judgments, there is in some indirect notations. It is not that much of explicit details. So that if you are reading for thrice or even more than 5 times, then only you get to understand what they've concluded or what they have mentioned in that information or text. That is logic. We can go for first order logic, predicate logic, even descriptive logic or ontology. It is again broad spectrum. I don't want to go for it. With that, we can go for knowledge representation for this machine. And then machine learning, again 3 major types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised. One more is semi-supervised. Later I'll go for a brief discussion about this, or otherwise this is also called it as reinforcement learning. Okay, then sir, these informations are there. So then using such, we can identify the solution or particular problem related information. Then it is going to refer the logic and get the idea how to solve. Then the large, that idea is represented in the form of knowledge, knowledge representation technique. Then it is going to apply machine learning. I told you about supervised and unsupervised reinforcement learning. So later I'm going to explain this. Then planning. I think you know the difference between planning and then scheduling. Okay, scheduling, it's a time constraint based. Okay, you know, this whole, that is 5-day program is scheduled, based upon speakers and according to the time constraint, isn't it? So for example, for my timing is from 10:30 to 12. It is scheduled properly. After that, so 12 to 12:15 is break, and 12:15 to some, I think, I don't know up to what time, 1:30 maybe, or 1 o'clock or 1:30 is another talk or another session like that. So then what is the difference between planning and scheduling? Planning is without any time constraint. We have to go for it. I think you might have seen some James Bond movies. James Bond will execute plan B, plan A, that is current plan, goes wrong, right? You might have seen. NLP, right, as still, still or as of now, we are learning different types of programming, computer related languages such as Java, C#, etc. for making that is task for its own language. Instead of that, we are going to teach our languages, that is regional languages or English or what, etc. to the computers to understand what we are going to convey. So still it is an under research. Soon it will come into the picture. I hope you know about that generation of computers. We are still using 4th generation of computers. I think the 5th generation of computers will have all these features, including AI concepts, NLP, etc. Then vision, you know, right, nowadays all smart, you are you are under the third eye, like that. It means we are monitored by surveillance camera. And then robotics, it's during this pandemic situations that the shop, the big shopkeepers are using robots for spraying, right. Sorry, excuse me. Spring is an advanced concept of artificial intelligence. Once the particular machine is well trained and it has enough amount of knowledge, that particular domain, for example, IDS or cyber intelligence or somewhere else, then it become an expert system. So again, it is broad categorization of AI, narrow intelligence, general intelligence, super intelligence. Narrow is otherwise also called it as weak intelligence. General is strong. And then the last one is hypothetical. I'll tell you why. Weak means it is going to perform only narrow down one specific or one narrow task. For example, if you have designed a coffee maker agent or coffee maker machine that is going to perform only making of coffee. That's it. Suppose if you are insisting your coffee maker to prepare a biryani, you know what will be the result. That's it. And next one, strong intelligence. That is, even though there's some previous experience, but it can do. That is, it's a general purpose, general intelligent machine. It can do some action. For example, your agent know how to ride a bicycle, but it doesn't know how to ride a bike. But if you are commanding your agent to ride a bike, then with the help of or with the aid of that previous experience of riding bicycle, it will try to ride a bike. No problem. But you cannot say whether it is perfectly going to ride the bike first time, it seems. After that is it may get fell down and then learn itself, and it will correct its mistake, and the next time it will ride in a perfect way. That is called it as general intelligence. Second one is last one is super intelligence. It's an actually hypothetical agent. I think you might have seen that movies, that Hollywood movie Robot, or here in Tamil Endiran, that Robot, or otherwise Ravan movie. There, it's all our graphics based movie. Anyway, it actually gives some information as humanoid robots. But still we are not in that position to get that 100% fitted humanoid robots, because we need in some neural schema, complete neural schema conversion, parallelism, etc. But we have an God's gift of right component that is called as human brain. So it is massively parallel. So simultaneously we can do the actions. You know, okay, we have an massive parallelism, but the systems are massively serial. So that's what we are struggling still, but still it is an under research. You know about Sophia. I think you might have heard of this keyword. I don't want to go for more about that. So we will wait for another a couple of decades to interact with such kind of humanoid robots with that AI concepts. So this diagram is going to completely cover what we have discussed: reasoning, supervised machine learning, etc. Anyway, the next topic will go for a brief discussion about supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning. Anyway, this is some introduction to this AI. So with this, I'm going to stop with this AI. This is again what we have discussed: the components or foundations, what are the things which are discussed: psychology, behaviors, computer engineering, control theory for controlling the devices, linguistics for natural language processing. These are the advantages of AI. So more powerful and more useful, new and improved interfaces, solving new problems, better handling of information. Yes, whatever the challenges which are discussed initially, that is dealing here. Okay, relies information overload, you see, conversion of information into knowledge, everything that's giving solution. There is a disadvantages, few that you know. The technology has advantages, definitely it should have few advantages. Few disadvantages. Increased cost, you know. Whenever you go with a smart watch, smart wristwatch, smartphone, it is much costlier, right? So difficulty with software development, slow and expensive, few experienced programmers. Okay, soon, normal programmers are going to replace by this automatic or atomic programmers. Right. So, sir, what is the difference between this normal programmer and then that is automated programmers? That is AI programmers. That is the AI programmer is going to do the code for that particular AI machine. That AI machine is going to replace 100 programmer. What that that 100 programmers is going to do. So instead of keeping 100 programmers to do that particular project, we will develop a machine. We'll write the code for that machine. That machine will take care of 100% job. So few practical products have been reached the market as of now. That is also some disadvantage. So these are the various generic techniques which are incorporated or used in this comes under this AI: forward backward chaining, resolution theorem proof. I think I don't know how many of you are aware of this artificial intelligence concepts. Right. Actually, it's a separate topic or domain. So if I'll even I'll get a chance to interact with you once again. Definitely, I'll come up with a separate session of AI and ML. All right. So this is some introduction part of this. Okay, right. Even I mentioned about the searching techniques, knowledge representation, etc. So these are the various knowledge representation techniques. Logic programs, frames, production rule, logic, etc. Even languages, Prolog, Lisp, meta language is called as ML. Even other advanced languages, Perl, C++, Java, even C. These are all the various application areas: agriculture's architecture, smart irrigation, smart crop fielding, designing, etc. Even you see this engineering, it is combined together. You see law, information retrieval, fraud detection, etc. So mathematics, even it will try to solve most of the problems if you providing a formula and teach one time, like in Sudoku. Military applications, music, even there is a recent project. Even the Madan Karge also involved in this. I don't know. So Vairamuthu that is, we no need to approach the lyrics to compose a song. You put the tune and you inform, that is giving an information about situation and everything. That particular system is going to compose the lyrics. It's actually an project. It is an under construction. Story writing, telecommunication, smart exchanging of information via towers, telephone services, transportation. Soon we are going to realize all this smart transportation, smart water transport, distribution system, etc. Tutoring system. Even actually we got recently one consultancy from Tirunelveli Corporation for distribution of water under the smart city scheme. Fine. So there we are going to apply all these concepts. This is evaluation of AI, ML, and deep learning. So I mentioned about this. Next we go for ML and followed by deep learning. Right? This is actually time duration, time interval. So when it is happening, please you have to go through this history. Okay, nothing we are going to learn anyway. So this diagram is going to represent how it is. Actually, that machine learning is subfield of artificial AI and ML. So altogether is an deep learning. Again, AI is the subfield of computer science. Okay, so interrelated with each other. So this is an which is circle of deep learning. So later on we'll go for it. Right. So for that, I want to show one video clip. I mentioned about smart devices. Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
Okay. Is it video screen?
Not,
Yes,
it's not
sir.
video screen. It's ordinary text screen.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Is it? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, you can proceed, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Please look at this video. It is not an graphics video. It's a real video. Smart cycle.
Now imagine that we would make Vikings smarter and easier.
Sir, the screen is visible, sir.
But the video is not playing.
Yeah, yes, sir. There is no video. We could be able to see the screen with the deep learning.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute, madam.
Yeah.
Just.
PPT slide is visible, sir. No video
sir.
screen.
Sir, please minimize the slide and then play the video, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you. Right now. Okay. Right now. Right now. Right now.
No,
No, sir. No, sir. It's not there.
Madam, can you see my video screen?
Not it. Not it. Sir.
Sharing right now only, it is telling. Okay, minimizing all my windows. Sorry. Just a minute.
We could be able to see only the PPT, sir.
Okay.
Kindly share the video first, sir. Na?
Okay, no problem. Otherwise, okay, last attempt I will make. Otherwise, no problem. Share my screen. Yeah.
Yes, now it is visible.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can start.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Dutch cycle more than any other nation in the world, almost 9 kilometers per person. But that also means we have 350,000 bike-related. Now imagine that we would make biking safer, smarter, and easier. We try a self-driving bike to figure out where it is, what's around it, what will happen next, and what it should do. We need not Google self-driving cars, but we have to adapt the technology to work on a bike. We decided to add 2 additional features. First, you can request the bike to pick you up wherever you are and act. adjusting the pedals to a perfect resting position.
I think the self-riding bike could boost people could also work on their bicycle. You work in your office, you work in your home, you work in your car. You would work on your bike.
So much more time. My kids love it. They're just free. They can go anywhere they want, anytime they want. It's amazing.
At the Fietsersbond, we feel that this is the biggest invention since the invention of the bicycle itself.
At Google, we always put our users first. With the launch of this bike, we believe we do that again. The Dutch cycle more than 10.
Okay, I think you might have seen this video clip. Got some idea about how this artificial intelligence system is working. Right. So straight away we'll go for machine learning. Right. Okay. I'll combine together, sir. It is okay. This video clip is okay. Somewhat is irrelevant. No. It's actually a smart cycle. I told you it is okay. Comes under internet. Someone is okay trying to hack. Then automatically what will happen? The cycle is okay not in a position to reach to destination. So whatever the intruder want to control, definitely he or she may control and then track you and get all your information. Right, so that only we are dealing everything under this topic. So I'll go for machine learning. I hope okay, screen is visible right now. So right now we are in the topic of machine learning. My screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for your response. Actually, in
yes, sir, screen is visible.
Thank you very much.
Screen is visible, sir.
Thank you. So I'm looking your messages. So happy about your replies. If anything, please you feel free and text me. No issues. Right. Right. You come to this machine learning quickly. I want to finish it off. Machine learning actually is an application of artificial intelligence. Even the subfield I already told you that provides the system that ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Actually, there's a textbook definition. An informal definition of machine learning is it's actually a tool. It's a statistical or mathematical tool for exploring and analyzing and understanding the data. That's it. So mainly we are going to approach machine learning for exploring, analyzing, and understanding the data. With that, we are going to train our model how to behave. This is an informal definition of machine learning. So here, the formal definition, it is clearly given, automatically learn and improve from the experience without being explicitly programmed. That means without any human interaction. So actually, I told you about 3 major types. So straight away I'll go for it. Okay, this is an machine learning system. It's a KB, the system action one that is going to be performed, and how the system, that is environment, is going to look at that. Suppose whatever the action is taken by your system, it is perfectly fit, then the same thing is going to be followed. Suppose the environment is unfit or they feel uncomfortability, that wrong decision your system made, then that will be given and the correction is made up of and the change is updated in this. The next time the same action will be applied with the modification, right? That is called it as upgraded version. So logic is not the end of the wisdom, it is just the beginning, right? These are the various types of learning: rote learning, induction learning, clustering, analogy, discovery, genetic algorithm, and reinforcement learning. But all together is combined as in these 3 types. Already mentioned about supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Okay. In supervised learning, the AI system is presented with the data in which label everything. For example, whether the person is good or bad, for example. So how do we identify whether the person is really good or bad, or otherwise whether the person will repay the loan properly or not? Whether is there any how can we say, is there any risk factor in that while sanctioning that loan of his request? If for example, while you're looking this diagram, you will be easily understand what is meant by supervised learning. So here you see this in supervised learning, it is known as well-known data. You see this while your system, that is while you are training your data, you see this known data. For example, you are showing this image. That time it is going to understand these are all the apple. Okay, these are the mango. These are the orange, like that. So we already labeled this. So we are showing like that. That is like as our during our childhood, where teachers and even where parents are explaining or even thought about letters, that's alphabets, A, B, C, D, even our mother tongue related letters like that, even kanga, chal, gaga, like that, everything. So it is a kind of classroom environment, supervised. So the teacher is going to explain the particular concept, student can understand. Based upon that, if you are showing that particular thing, it is going to identify whether it's an apple or orange. So it is fall under classification and regression. I don't know how many of you are really know about this. So again, it is classification. It is for making class. Either it is yes class or no class. Whether the person is risky or without risky, or whether it's an intrusion or otherwise normal, like that. So that is called as classification or categorization. You see red label, blue label, or anything is disease or no disease, or attack, or it is normal, like that. And regression means again it is prediction. So this particular particular time period, this price cost is this much, and then another 20 years, what is the cost? So it is called it as regression. Again, this even you see this, there isn't some factors which are involved here, linear and non-linear, multiple regression, etc. I don't want to go for in depth of all this. Next, this is an unsupervised learning. So unsupervised learning, it is everything is grouped together. It is for example a clustering, grouping. But grouping, either it is clearly it is grouped it or not, it is not initially. Then after it is going to identify the similarity, and then let them it is no. You see, all are it is a kind of ducks, but it is different. You see this here, you see this apple is there, mango is there, even almond is there. So it is going to be initially the system doesn't know what kind of fruit it is. So then how the system will get to know. For example, you see same color, same structure, and something. Sir, the same color, or otherwise even there are a variety of apples: green apple, Ooty apple, Kashmir apple, red apple, etc. You know. So right, sir, in that unsupervised learning category, how it will, because it is going to categorize everything into apple. After that, after it is identifying all fruits into apple, it is going to identify either it's a red apple, green apple, Ooty apple, Kashmir apple, etc. Because it is going to finally, it is going to learn by itself. It is like an Ekalaiva, without group, that is the person learned, right? So it is an example for unsupervised learning. Sir, how which one we have to choose? Definitely they both system has product. Right? So it is going to identify and then separate apple, mango, and then you see almonds. I told you about clustering and association, which is relative. Something that is just some similarity or some relative measures. Association rule mining. Clustering is process of grouping similar items. Initially, even that items are not similar. After that, it is going to be some iterations that is going to be separated. So I think that is grouping. There is even the previous one. Apples are apples separately. Mangoes, and then bananas, etc. So initially all are in the same group. After that is going to be, sir, how it is going to be based upon the similarity, So within this cluster, that is group, the similarity is very high, a maximum similarity. When compared with apple and banana, similarity is very low, So maximum, intra-cluster similarity is very high, inter-cluster similarity is very low. I don't want to go for that much of technical terms. It's an actually data mining concepts. You see this. So next one, overview of reinforcement learning. Otherwise, it's also called it as semi-supervised learning. So you see this. In reinforcement learning, there are two actions are mainly involved: punishment and reward and punishment. If your system will make a right decision, it is going to be rewarded. So rewarded means what, sir? It is going to be added some points. Then every time that a particular problem will arise, that particular top ranked action will be taken first. Okay, right? Suppose suppose the system will come up with the wrong solution. What will happen? Then that particular sequence of action will be punished. That means some minus values will be given. So in future, such kind of sequence of action will never come. Sir, how that reward and punish will be happening based upon the feedback. You look at this diagram. So it is going to be an input. Suppose it is going to predict as it's a mango. What will happen? Then the feedback is going to be wrong. It's an apple. Oh, then system is going to understand. Oh, what are the features it is taken? It is wrong. So we have to modify. Then it is going to identify. So what are the features that is going to be come up with prediction of apple? That is going to correct it, and next time it is going to identify properly. That is known as reinforcement learning. Okay, right? So here you see this. Some example you made an come up of made up of an agent. It's an fire rescue agent. Okay, right? You see this that so in your screen, the right hand side is fire location, the left hand side is a water tap. So without knowing this, suppose simply the agent is going to reach the fire direction, it is going to get affected. After that only it is recognized. Oh, here there is no water taps or nothing is there. Fire rescue, buckets, nothing is there. So immediately it is going to be punished. Then it will come back, and to right hand side it is identifying water and all the resources. Then it is going to rescue this, close the firing area and rescue the items or people, whatever it is. Right? You look at this actions. Fine. I hope you understand this. Right. So right. This diagram is going to summarize about all this. What techniques what we have discussed: supervised, unsupervised reinforcement, and its corresponding. Even I mentioned here it is supervised classification, regression. Here you see this image classification. Everything it is very brief. Okay, regression. Right. Examples are given here. Here clustering and association I mentioned. That is called as dimensionality reduction also. Reduction of technique. Reinforcement learning, you see where it is working. Game playing and robot navigation. Learning tasks, skill acquisition, real-time decision making, and all used. Here in unsupervised learning, it does not require any pre-training data. It does not require any pre-training. It does not require any time-consuming things, because it is going to learn by itself. But results questionable. But after it is learning by itself, then it is going to get fine-tuned. But you'll go for, sir, it's a very sensitive decision making, like medical imaging, etc. You have to go with come up with this. You have to choose supervised learning, but it will take time, some clear-cut training data set, etc. Okay, right? So, sir, what is the need of it? Even it will go make any some wrong decision. It will get affect. Even sometimes even living things are get damaged. Even a person may get dead. Etc. Fine. Right, time is too short. Even I have one more video clip. I'm not in a position to play right now. Right, so once I'll finish it off concepts, time will permit me, I'll go with that video clip. So next one, deep learning. Again, it's an you see this branch of machine learning along with AI concept, which is completely based on artificial neural network. ANN is come into the picture. I don't know how many of you very well of ANN, artificial neural networks. I mentioned about cognitive science. Even it is a lot of informations are there. Even sometimes I think you might have seen TV shows, particularly dance programs. So your chemistry is not good or not that much. Chemistry, what does mean by chemistry? What is the need of chemistry here? Sometimes we are not reacting. Someone is scolding or someone is praising. What will happen? Immediately they are praising us. Hey, add a salt to it. With your food, extra salt. Then what is the need of NaCl? This is a chemical name of our salt, sodium chloride. NaCl. That is going to boost up our communication between the neurons. So here artificial neural network is going to imitate our human brain, our neuron system completely. That's what I told you, neural schema. Okay, so again it is broad spectrum. I'm not in a position to explain everything. I'm touching everything little bit. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just I'm going to cover it everything, all these concepts, how come it and how it is going to come up with cyber intelligence or cyber security. That's my intention. But this is my major area. But okay, if okay time will permit, or even in future will have a okay chance, definitely I'm going to explain separately. Each and every topic is an again separate session. Deep learning, okay, this is okay, including learning with neural network. That's it. Even if you know about CNN, convolution neural network, recurrent neural network, and LSTM, etc. I think I don't know how many of you are aware of all this. CNN, convolution neural network. We'll go for it. What is what? And you see this. What is mean by deep? The number of neurons which are connected. You know about the basic structure of neuron. We'll okay later on. Okay, we'll go for brief discussion about this. So also known as deep neural learning or deep neural networks. So while you're looking this, how the human brain, right, functioning or mimic, right? You think about us, okay, normal person. We are that is the person looking that object, okay, and also it is making some sound. So through our eyes and then ears, that is both inputs are going to train our you see cortex. Even auditory cortex, it is specifically okay mentioned here. It is for visually bad person. You know how they are okay walking okay without any get affecting with obstacles. You know about okay bad concept. It is okay making some sound. It is going to echoing once it is okay near okay it is crossing or any object is okay near to its flying area, then it is going to be echo. So base same concept there. Okay, that case if okay our eyes are not in a position to grasp anything through the yes they can okay audio cortex. Suppose everything is working fine, all inputs are combined together, it is going to train. Then you imagine how our brain is getting trained. A single algorithm which is going to train with multiple number of inputs. The same fashion here excuse me, there's deep learning also going to function. You see this is what okay this is an okay human brain structure, neuron, single neuron. This is an okay right hand side is artificial neuron, how it is working. So some inputs, some weight value, okay, value is given. Sometimes, okay, we don't have that much of okay strong connectivity or okay NaCl content. Something okay we are feel slowly. Even sometimes okay most of them are much sensitive. Something is okay heat or somebody is closely looking and their backside immediately they will turn. Okay, so how get affected based upon their body okay NaCl content. That's what okay we are even our parents are scolding us. Hey, had more NaCl, right? Like that. Okay, right? Okay, just I'm joking. Anyway, it is a fact actually. It's a chemistry. Fine. So, sir, what is this weight? That weight value is assigned for each and every neuron. If the input value is greater than or equal to this weight value, that is going to fire. Okay, so there's a difference between machine learning and deep learning, sir. Why you are immediately jumping from machine learning to? So you see, works on small amount of data, but at the initial beginning of this presentation I told you about large amount of data we have to face. So you see depends upon low end machines, but we are going to dealing with high performance here, so that we are dealing with the deep learning. You see divide the task into subtasks, solve them into individually, finally combines the result, but it is not like that. As such, it's going to solve the problem. It takes less time to train because less amount of data. It is long time because of huge volume of data. Its testing time is may increase, less timing because it is get trained. Sir, what again, sir? We are not clear, sir. In machine learning, we are going to get the features. For example, if you want to identify whether the particular vehicle is car, bicycle, motorbike, or truck, bus, like that, we are going to okay extract the features. What is the structure of the car? Okay, tail lamp is there, headlamp is there. What is the size of the okay car, and what is either it's a sedan or SUV, like that structure we can okay identify and get the features, and we will go okay we will go by decision making. But here in deep learning it is not like that. We don't need to separate the features. It is going to process all the informations okay parallelly, images, comparisons, analysis. You see end-to-end learning. Then so core means like this. It is going to identify okay structure, pattern kind of matching. So it is going to okay, recognize either car or truck or bus. So then we have to act smartly. You know about okay sometimes smart work is much okay better than the hard work. So you have to be smart, not only as okay our system also. Fine. So okay, this is an architecture of okay deep learning. Okay, right? Straight away I'll go for right these okay informations which already discussed. So this is a neuron. Okay, right? This is a functionality of neuron, how it is working. So this is a mathematical notation of neuron. So multiplication and summation, right? This is a mathematical model of neuron, how it is firing. These are some few neuron function, activation function, sigmoidal, Gaussian. Some of I don't want to go for in-depth of max. Introduction part itself. If I'll go and right, explaining mathematical informations, people get sir, why this this kind of mathematical topics is explaining like that. So once I'm going to finish it up the introduction part. Let you other speakers let them explain this part. So for example, you see this, the system is fixed as total 1.5. You know the unlogic, if both are high, 1 1, then 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1, you know, 1 plus 1 final answer, 2 sum, 2 is greater than 1.5, so this neuron is even 1 value is equal to 0, this neuron is not going to fire. I think you might understand about all this. So you look at this generic structure of neural network: input, hidden layer, output. Even some perceptrons are there. This is an mathematical representation of neural network. This is a generic representation, energy minimization and energy model. All right, you look at this, how the system is going to identify and predict whether cat or dog, like this. So this is called it as perceptron. Actually, the perceptron means that 4 components are there in this, along with that particular neuron. Input value, this weight weight or bias, some value calculation, and activation. All together is a consist of right. So these are the functionality. So right, you see this how the system is going. There are 4 pixel values. So 4. Sir, how do we define that number of input nodes in the neuron, output nodes in the neural network? So the number of input nodes equivalent to the number of features which you are going to process. Here 4 pixels, so that 4 input nodes are there. Here output is equal to 2. So here you see this, either bright or dark. So 2 output node. In between this, you can go for the number of hidden layers. Actually, this is fixing the number of hidden layers and setting the number of neurons in the hidden layers are somewhere it is black box kind of things. You know about what is meant by black box. The number of layers that is a black box, but the number of nodes in this hidden layer is in between the number less than this input and then number of output. For example, 2 nodes are in this output layer and then 4 nodes are in the input layer. Then your hidden layer nodes are in between, say either 3, 4, 2 or 1. Not less than 2. Fine. So this is a neural networks which already I mentioned, hidden layer, right? You look at this. Even there is a demo link. I don't want to go for it. Right, there is so previous one, sir, there are 2 hidden layers. That is, how do we fix? Based upon the trial and error method, you can come up with the final result. How many layers you have to fix it? Fine tuning. Right? This is an deep belief network. So DBN, and there is an inside the deep neural. Again, it is feed forward, feed backward techniques are there. Just it is going to forward means from previous level level to next. Backward means back propagation means input is output is one of the output is back to the input of the next previous layer. CNN, I told you about convolution neural network. It is actually your input is suppose image or any object or even speech or whatever it is, voice, etc. That will be very useful. Then, sir, what about R and recurrent? Recurrent neural network, or a recurrent neural network. Suppose if you are going to analyze any time series data, then you can go for recurrent neural network. Right? This is an structure of convolution neural network. So it is a layer. All red is indicating a particular layer, and blue indicating a separate layer. Green is indicating one layer. So it is going to be functioning accordingly. You see this various layers of this convolution. That is CNN, convolution layer, pooling layer, fully connected layer, and then soft soft max layer. So all the informations are given here. The convolution layer, it is going to be, you see this there is a ReLU, rectified linear unit, that is going to taking care of all this training by mapping negative values to 0 and maintaining positive values. Important features, that is very much important, that is mandatory for that is going to be make it as positive. It is not it is not important, somewhat it is a noisy value, that is going to make it as negative value or 0. So finally it is going to come up with classifications, right? So this is again classification layer as you see this fully connected layers and All right, a softmax, a function it is provide some classification result. You know about filtering mechanism, those things. So I don't want to go for in depth of all this. Just I'm telling, even I told you about RNN, recurrent neural network. It is based upon time series. For example, by 10:45, what is that information? 10:50, what is the information? Again, similarly, 11:45. You know, for example, climate, okay, forecasting, or traffic, okay, data analysis, etc. This is a working principle of right, deep learning. How do we, okay, set this, okay, or construct a model? You know about this, okay, understand the problem and check feasibility for the deep learning. Is it okay possible to apply deep learning or not? And identifies relevant data and okay, prepare accordingly. Choose the deep learning algorithm, what either CNN, RNN, or only ANN with okay any okay learning with, and okay come up with a training algorithm. Which algorithm you want to be? I mentioned about so many algorithms here, and test the model and fine tune accordingly. Right, the same thing it is mentioned here. Test, sir, what is the need of feedback? Suppose the first time it is 70%, it is okay feasible. Then next time based upon the feedback is going to be 80, 90 up to that. Right, so these are the advantages. Best in okay class performance on the problems, reduces okay need for feature engineering, eliminates unnecessary cost, identifies the okay, defects easily that are difficult to detect. Disadvantages, large amount data is required. Okay, yeah, it is available nowadays because of big data right now, and computationally expensive to train with that HPC, even supercomputers, no strong theoretical foundation. That is also somewhat okay. Here we have to come up with some strong mathematical evidence. We have to solve it. It requires good understanding how to model and multiple modalities with tradition. These are the various applications. Okay, right? You see this internet and cloud, security aspect, medicine, biology. Not only in this. Okay, you see the security and defense. So you see this with that. This topic is relevant to security. So, right. So these are some examples, okay, resources and everything. I'm going to share my PPT. Don't worry. Some most important links for cyber security and other things. Okay. Anyway, question session. I'll come back to okay after okay covering this. Right. So this is actually my research part. This is my first okay part of my research. Trust-based energy-aware protocol for routing mobile wireless sensor network. You see this. First on trusted-based feature selection. So I approach right fuzzy. You know what? Why we need for fuzzy? When there is a dynamism into the in our data or the particular environment, then you have to go okay. We can okay approach fuzzy subset is the latest approach, reason one, or otherwise you can go for fuzzy alone. Fuzzy subset based feature selection. I told you there are some 100 features are there. Among that, I've chosen only some restricted number of features. Thereafter, you see this, I made up of IDS through this subset, nearest neighborhood okay classification F4NN. Then I made up of dynamic trust. Okay, I made up of trust model for believing about my sensor network. Okay, right nodes, whether it's a trustworthy node or any attacking node like that. And you see this fuzzy expert systems based node trust estimation and optimal path okay establishment. And finally, I end up with okay energy, etc. everything. This is my complete architecture. Here you see this. I approached initially KDD Cup data set. Even recently, I published one article from wireless network. This last last month, that is December only, I got acceptance. Soon it will come into the online, but they took okay hardly okay 6 months for giving review. Based upon this okay work only. So this is my work. First, initially I made up of intrusion detection model. Then right, you see this trust model. Then I have okay entered into this QoS based path prediction, fuzzy based approach, everything. So right, this is my proposed work already. Look at this diagram of KDD Cup data, attack data, and normal data combined together. I told you about biased and unbiased data. Data pre-processing I applied. Sir, what are the tools that we have to approach? There are so many tools are there, but actually sir, how do you made up of this? I made up of okay NS2, even this Cup data set, even traced bed data from okay VAT and somewhere else. That means even an okay Anna University recently that means 1 year back, we actually launched some sensor bit. So there I took the data. Before that, only KDD Cup data set, and through the network we took the data. When you know about that, so I'll tell you later on. The data pre-processing, I made it of through Veka. Veka tool. I made it of data pre-processing and feature selection with this concepts and the classification. And I'm using MATLAB for some other purpose information for this fuzzy or neural network things purpose, and rule generation and all with the expert knowledge. I made up of some rules how it is going to be. So these are my fuzzy subset based attribution selection algorithm. Right, this is a mathematical model. Look at this. Right, these are various deduction techniques, and right, you see my proposed model, 26 features, right? You see this, even how many features, you see this, what is percentage, you see, error rate, and etc. This is an next work, trust based estimation model. Here I made it of fuzzy clustering and attacks, how this nodes are going to behave, and based upon the trustworthiness of that node, it is going to be classified. It is a protocol is called as ESER, energy based. So it is basic trust and current trust. These are the values which I have taken. Here I approached Gaussian falsifier for predicting my values and everything. Threshold values, for each and cluster, every cluster I made some assumption. Based upon that, I put this again, this energy calculation, energy consumed for this values transmitted and receiving, and this is a mathematical model for energy, and this is for cluster selection algorithm, and right, this is my ESER protocol. This is a continuation of the same. This is my simulation environment setup. How the nodes are set up here. How many nodes? 25 nodes initially I've taken. Thereafter increase 50, 100 like that. I made up of group clustering, and based upon size 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Again, one more protocol. It is based upon fuzzy energy based routing. Again, here the same values a little bit, but initially I've taken additionally packet transmission range. Here there's a mathematical model, it is there, but somewhat similar, but packet values are included. Again, it is for head, select election of head, cluster head selection. Again, it is going to be right. This is a mathematical representation of my Gaussian fuzzy model. Right, you see this. For sir, why are you using Gaussian falsifier? Actually, I'm converting these values into some linguistic forms. I actually made up of all the values from 0 to 1. While you are looking this BT, CT, trust, path trust value and path trust, everything is in between 0 to 1. So based upon that, I applied this Gaussian falsifier and taken low, medium, high. If it is 4.9 less than 5 means medium means something it is somewhat it is, sir, somewhere else it is giving medium and for 4.9, somewhere it is low. How come it is? That is the purpose of fuzzy. Sometimes even for example, mouse, for scrolling of mouse, that may vary according to the person. For old person, that is they may slowly scroll. Young person, or even that the person is get well trained in that mouse handling mouse, their speed is may different. With that, we can identify and then fix it low, medium, or like that. With the help of sir, what basis have you chosen this Gaussian falsifier? Is you analyze your data and compare with all the mathematical models, and go with that. Come up with the final conclusion of which parameter or mathematical model which is similar to your behavior of data. So for that you need an expert suggestions. Please you have to consult with the expert and then do whoever is scholars, it will be very much useful. Others no problem. You can analyze your data. So data is a very much important aspect of your research or whatever it is, even if you go for project or whatever it is. So this is an answer for this. Then one more protocol implemented with additional information, quality of service, delay, hop count, energy level, etc. Again, I applied everything. I made up of this is called as fuzzy Mamtani rule. There are two types of rules are there. One is Sugimo model, another one is Mamtani model. Research and education purpose, fuzzy Mamtani model is suitable. Only for industrial purpose, Sugimo is fine. here I have approached the fuzzy Mamtane rule, made up of a few factors here. If BT basic trust, current trust, okay, right? Then what is that? Okay, trust of that node value, etc. I put all the information into my KB, and based upon that, I've chosen the particular path among these nodes. Okay, all the nodes which are high trusted things, then it is going to be set. What will happen if it is mean by low? That means we are not going to believe that particular node for sending the data. Sir, how do we know about that based upon this value? Sir, how it it is relevant to the cyber intelligence or cyber security. If suppose even while you are sending the information, that is going to be transferred through tower and nodes. Suppose one node is become a malicious node, that may going to collect the our information in between sender and receiver. Then you know what will happen. So man in the middle attack, there is a chance. So I avoided this. Even at the denial of DOS attack, everything I focus in IDS, it seems. Okay, so but I forgot to tell you about what are all the number of attacks it is going to be. So anyway, no problem. So with this, I have included mobility. So what will happen if node will have a mobility? How much energy it is going to be consumed? Right. So I included everything. So you look at my structure, fuzzy logic for inference rule. That's fuzzy knowledge basis, fuzzy rule. So if we are giving input, then fuzzification, I told you Gaussian fuzzy phase. What about the defuzzification? It is going to convert that 0 to 1. I converted here. That is going to be converted as a percentage for 89% or 99%. Here there are so many defuzzification models. COG is there, center of gravity model is there, etc. You have to verify. Here I can see the same Gaussian fuzzy pair approach, because my data set is behavior is similar to Gaussian fuzzy pair. There are other. So I'm going to stop right now. Only one video clip I want to play quickly, and then I'm end up with my session. Okay, right? So thanks for your patient listening. Can you see my video screen? Hello?
You can proceed now, sir. You can play.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is visible.
Right. You see what will happen without any security aspects, how the hackers are going to do the things smartly. Actually, this video is going to show you what we are discussed as of now. So they installed everything is in IoT. They connected, even they are monitoring their baby cradle through smart camera. Even their refrigerator is connected with the internet. The TV is connected with the internet. You see, everything is smart. So that is going to alert. So once anything is goes wrong, then you'll get the alert through that right, a small alerting system. So cameras keep on watching the baby in the cradle, right? You see. So attackers, also monitoring everything. Right, you see this attacker screen through the port, refrigerator, everything, freezer, everything is on condition. He is going to make it as off. Yes, switched off, and freezer off. You know what will happen. Yeah, he is tracking the person through smart LED TV. A smart TV, authentication successful. He is going to. It's an attacker screen. Yeah, it is giving alert. See.
Good night. Not long ago, a Trojan horse was a malicious software you were fooled to install on your computer. Today it's hardware you gladly put in your home.
Think just a minute. You got some idea about how this hackings are happening. Even now, right? I gave an answer based upon IoT. So there I use this video because nowadays everything is smart. We are connecting all our devices through internet. So this is an final outcome when without any cautious or awareness. If you are going to share our information, already we realize some bank-based tragedies, etc. Apart from that, in future, if you come up with all smart devices which is installed in our home without any security aspect, this is a thing will happen. So I think now you are realizing that importance of security and etc. With this, video clip I'm going to stop and sir, how can I see my chat window? More is there.
Selva Kumar sir.
Yes, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Shall I ask some questions from the chat, sir? Chat window.
Sure, madam. I'm going to answer.
Which data set is better for research KDD CUP or NSL KDD? It's one question.
The KDD is actually older data set. Even recently one data set is there. Actually, I used the data set. It is even the KDD is has huge volume of data. But the recent one I forgot it right now. Even I included that link. Anyway, I'll share with organizing team. Better you can take the data set from that particular website. It is freely available, but it is the problem is there isn't some issue of handling the huge data. Even it is more than MB, it is very difficult to get that pre-processing. It's in our 4 GB RAM based system. So we need supercomputers like NVIDIA, etc. support. That's what my suggestion. So you can come up with first on initial model with this KDD or any online benchmark data set, and then you can install, or if you will getting luckily funding, you can install and make it as your traced environment, traced bed environment, and collect the data through the sensor. But it is somewhat difficult while you are approaching or attempting real-time sensors. Right, actually that industrial sensors are much more costlier, and that working aspect is different from laboratory sensors. That's what I realized past 1 year. Actually, I took on hands-on in Chennai college, Justice Bashir Ahmed College. They are the women's college. So I went there. I demonstrated with the soil and moisture prediction, but it is entirely different from in the industrial sensor. Next.
Thank you, sir. One more question. Please tell about attach you come over, sir.
Sir, can you stop the sharing, sir?
Sure.
So shall I repeat the question?
Yes, sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Please tell about attach. You come over, sir. There's a
Attacks,
question.
right?
Yes.
Attacks. Maybe attacks like that. So
Okay.
DDoS attacks,
Attacks.
DDoS mainly focused. Okay, distributed okay, denial of services, DDoS attack, DOS attack. Right. Those things particularly I'm telling, and rest others. Okay, while you are seeing my PPT, there is a list of okay attacks and features which I've taken. Some 20 plus attacks I've chosen right now. Okay, I can only okay mention it as DDoS and DOS attacks, even okay flood attacks, etc. Flood and TCP based. Even actually, I forgot to tell you about that. You know about that this communication of these devices. Okay, communication net. Okay, or otherwise network devices. It is communicating via TCP and UDP. Right, actually that TCPS right 65,000 okay 65,535 ports. Similarly UDPS same 65,535, totally 131 ports are there. Port is a communication channel. Then you imagine then you realize about okay how much okay difficulty to manage and track how and what or which port they are okay establishing the communication. That is what okay challenging here. So even in our home there is an windows and doors are there. What purpose it is? Even okay we are entering through the doors, but mosquitoes and okay other things are entering through the windows. Okay, right, isn't it? So we have to okay taking care of all this port and then make it compatible with the collection of data. Next, ma'am, anything?
Yes, sir. Yeah, as a problem identified in clustering can be solved in classification and regression.
Actually, clustering, okay, initially you have to go, okay, with how many clusters you want to be. After that, it will, okay, perform a self-iteration, how many number of iteration. It is going to be end up with, okay, if there is no changes happening until otherwise it is keep on doing. It is going to perform an unsupervised. Classification regression comes under supervised. Even already I told you, according to your application, either you want to okay, go up with okay, it'll go by supervised or unsupervised. That is based upon your application.
Okay, sir. Next question, sir.
One more question is given data security, which is the best approach to okay mitigate, sir. Data security even based upon right even SARS okay mentioned steganography is there. Okay, that is data security is even lot of things. Even crypto systems are there. Even if recently it is okay blockchaining. It is particularly for dealing with right our business things, etc. Anyway. Cryptography, sorry, crypto system is coming to the scene. Cryptography, you know about cryptography, that is the only solution in that. Instead of that, you can go for biometrics. But biometrics, somewhat it is difficult right now. You might have seen some James Bond movies. Voice, face, finger, okay, thumb impression, even our body temperature, etc. Right? Even though okay it was there, but something is happening. It's our data is very sensitive. So as of now we are dealing with password and other based securities. Some data security can only the thing is cloud and all they are using only cryptography approaches. Any other clarifications?
Sir, one more question. How can we use threat handling in the field of cyberspace during threat hunting using AI?
Threat handling in the cyber security and the threat handling in AI. Actually, AI is actually one of the okay tool here to apply and then manage the threat handling in cyber security. And then okay, in the AI viewpoint, one day we are thinking about but is either the data set is okay pakka, then based upon the data set we can come up with some automated system. That's it. So everything is based upon the data. So we are focusing on data. So if the data is perfect, sir, initially how shall we get the data such a perfect data? It is actually impossible, but that's what we are dealing with, benchmark data. So that based upon, but it is getting data in such a way is also very difficult in this okay cyber crime, okay, cyber domain, cyber security or cyber intelligence domain, because we needed some okay proper okay through proper channel only we have to get the data. We have to get that. For example, if I want to get my okay my wife or even my parent want to get to know about my behavior through my mobile. They want to get to know about the past 3 months call, SMS, chat information, everything. Yeah, it is possible to get it. Even the last 1 month call recording also available. I don't know how many of you are aware of this information. So only thing is procedure. That is, my parents want to apply FIR complaint raise against my number, against my mobile number. Then that will passed through police circle against cybercrime branch, and then let them intimate to that service provider. For example, if I'm using Jio or BSNL or Airtel, let them respond through the proper channel. So that is a problem. Also, it is very, very sensitive because of privacy. Also, it's an important aspect.
Thank you,
So you
sir.
have to be very careful in that area of research. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Any clarification? Anything?
No, sir.